What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And this particular is going to be a short video. It's Real World Season 29, Episode 11. As we've been seeing these last couple episodes, by the way, I know it's a little rush, but shout out to my YouTube family, my old new subscribers, not subscriber, quick down below. It's kind of dwindling down. The season finale is next week. But for the last couple episodes, we kind of see more, of course, be honest with you, the good stuff in the beginning and kind of more of fillers towards the end. Up to, of course, it ends with a cliffhanger, and they kind of edited like Corey and Brian are probably going to get into it, or the point we're seeing they're going to start getting into it. But they're going to continue. They possibly might get into it the last episode. I don't know if they're going to have a reunion since they've been doing a lot of aftermaths or not. So I don't know. But let's get into the few points. Of course, they went to some event. It was like a side event and stuff like that. Everybody, their asses out and everything like that. Because they went in their boxers. And I forgot who they all went. And it was just some stuff you seen. Women tied up, guys play with this stuff for what I hear from. I think Corey or something like that. They were just seeing a bunch of stuff that busy seeing. They even seen they were dressed like the furry hats and the coats that they used to have in the house. And then I could have sworn they showed a couple people who were in the furry out mascots who were into furry. It was all about all this crazy fantasies stuff out and about, just a bunch of real, child action movies, real sex, or just some stuff. It was a lot of stuff going on, okay? But also one more thing, I think I'm going to put it down below because I think a Connection TV Wesley, he also is the other one besides Ashley Miller, who I know that I watched that also have done the Real World reviews. And I'm going to put Arlene. Actually, she's her career path. She now wants to be a horror movie theater. Her and Ashley are going to work it out as far as the relationship. They can balance professional and stuff like that. Because she has a channel, and it's not just some of the horror flick clip. Because that's what she was working on for doing her movie. She did her first one. Now she had, a crew and everything, and she's directing everything else. But it's not just all horror films on her channel. It's like sometimes she did, I guess there's like vlogs, which she's vlogging about her life, and she asks this question. I think it's called a rando or something like that. But check her channel down the bottom. I've seen one of her videos, not the horror flicks, but I've seen some of that. So that's pretty much. Now the thing on and off this episode really stretches out. We got this thing with of Jenny, which she used to be a go-go dancer. She called her mama, but she's telling her, she's behind, on her house, so she's hoping it doesn't go for clothes and her car payment. So mom's like, yeah, you do need to get that straightened out. Yeah, she does get it straightened out. So finally, I think Jenny has relocated. She's somewhere in that area and lives in there, but probably, that's what I heard. I don't know if she's recapped after the show, whatever, Wikipedia, but let's just get into it. So she has to find a job. This particular, I'm like I said, it's been a while since I watched Real World in several years, but what I'm saying is she is the one in the house, besides Arlene, I guess, and Leah Choice, she is the one, as far as original cast members, that's like, F this, I'm getting a job, okay, as far as this particular one. Because I think this season, it didn't require them to get employment. So, she ended up getting a job as a go-go dancer. She tried out, and she's working at a particular place. And Brian, the thing with Brian is that he has these issues, these mother issues, because he also has to remind, Jenny on and off, he doesn't appreciate her dancing and stuff like that. And because when she said she got a job dancing, even though they're not together, he still kind of acts like they still are together and stuff of that nature. And then one time they were talking stuff like that, even Jay and Will Thomas and reading like, don't talk to your boys too loud. Because of the night that she premiered, she went go-go dancing, right? And, her first night. So, and she sat there and she danced, and he's talking to confessionals, y'all, talking about some, she's a demon. He's always comparing her to a demon who is luring in her victims and whatever else, and got 3 6s across her damn forehead and whatever else he's trying to imply to her. But he wants to make a future with her and everything else. That's what I'm saying, is it doesn't make any sense. Brian needs to talk to somebody, he need to get up, because it's his thing. I don't know what it is, but he connects Jenny to whatever his issue. He keeps saying about the issues to mom, but it's like, still, you have something you have to deal with, and you're taking it out on her, okay, and stuff. But he does have this conflict with Corey, even though Jenny, number one, they weren't dating before. I mean, they weren't together before they started before they started, say he was talking to somebody else, as well. He didn't know if he wanted to be back relationship with Jenny. Okay, so Jenny was free woman, was one night standing where she was free and just did blame with Corey. And I noticed throughout this episode, at the beginning of the episode, they were doing like a scene for Arlene's future horror film, or doing, you know, some testing out or something, or acting out some of the scenes. And again, you see the chemistry that's with Corey and Jenny. We don't know if they might, even though they claim they might not do it. I don't know. I mean, as far as getting back together, with, bands for benefits, whatever they call themselves doing, they don't know if they'll get back together, basically, right? Or it could happen because there's some chemistry. They do have strong sexual chemistry. You can kind of see it between them, right? So here's Brian, his confessionals. Like I said, he was telling her about how, she don't need to be doing this, blah, blah. He's always in the speech and somehow adds Saturn or whatever shit he's always on. As far as, talking about, he wants to prove, he wants to be intellectual. He wants to prove, I mean, he's good looking, he has nice physique and everything. But it's like, I am better than above. It's something about him. But then also, too, it doesn't help neither that you want, one minute you want somebody and then you continue, he's claiming like Jenny doesn't give him attention and everything else and blah blah blah. So fast forward, because like I said, there was so much filler throughout this episode that we're just going to fast forward to the night that right before, to get us no choice to watch the last episode next week. We got at the club, here's Brian talking about in the confessionals that Corey has a big ego, because I think they were having a conversation again that one night that, Jenny was talking about, something about people and, somebody puked or whatever they damn stage, I don't know. And they were having another conversation, and I think John Thomas, which, besides him, they were at the winery or something, and he was just saying the F-on so damn much, and then he went to sleep on damn limo bus them on. Anyways, but they were talking about, Thomas was joking, I think, with Jamie talking about, if you get fat, I'm dumping you, or some comment. And Jenny, this in conversation, was talking about, you know what, I've been with a couple fat dudes. I usually don't deal with the pretty boys, whatever, even though she was with on and off 5 years, which, because Brian had to remind us when, even the Three Musketeers, they called themselves Thomas J. and Thomas J. and Corey and everything else, because he wants to sit here, y'all, and basically has to remind us about the part of, he's invested, he cares for, just like I said, it was just the same stretched out speech he's been doing for who knows how long. And so on the night that they go out, is another, I don't know if it's this club, if it's when Jenny's working or whatever, but they're at this club, and Corey is sitting up here. He knows this one chick, but he already knows and scopes out. She is trying to get the camera. Okay, she is on some attention whore shit, and so he already knew, like, casino radar, like, attention whore. So he already was like, nah, nah. And then one night it made him more, because she was all trying to talk, but he was like, And 10 minutes later, Brian is talking to this chick, because he knew she was talking to Corey. So he's just, like I said, it's kind of like, you kind of make it seem like you're really, really intimidated by Corey to the point you got to talk to us leftovers. And she even made it twice. The girl, Bianca, whatever. I think her name's Bianca. But saying, oh, are you going to talk? Oh, are these cameras going to be around? Oh, okay. But I did think you were cute, wanted to talk to you. No, you talked to Corey first, and once you found out that he was on that, I want some attention, and I can get some, probably Instagram this or whatever. I'm on Real World or wherever. Then she even says it again, like, I think Brian kisses her or something like that, or they hug or something. That's totally different. But she's like, this again makes it kind of like, yeah, well, something about the camera. While we're on the camera, it was at least twice that she said something referring to the camera. So after that, they go out to the van, ready to go, right? And, Corey has all this build-up stuff in, and they were saying something. I really don't remember, because it was kind of like running back and forth. But he was saying something along the lines about, Corey let him know, like, you try to get my leftovers, blah, 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 about the group. He let him know, like, that groupie stuff, blah, blah, blah. And, I know Brian was like, well, I liked the group, blah, 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 and so forth, so forth. But, Corey's like, with these leftovers thing, because Corey's in the confessionals, like, this dude's a cornball. He's sick and tired of shit. He's sick and just all the bill of him being annoying. It wouldn't have been so bad if Brian wasn't being annoying asshole and stuff. And, he feels like he's supposed to get all this attention and respect, because remember at the beginning, this little clip was last, you got the Three Musketeers, they playing around, they acting, having fun, whatever, confessional, just talking, whatever, who looks bigger than the white beater, and here we got Brian in jacuzzi with a rubber ducky. I'm just saying. And it's just like, I know it's also, it was weird through the episode that Thomas kept having problems with his clothes. He was scum. His jeans kept shrinking, and then something wrong with his shirts. I don't know. That was just like filling space. So anyways, back to fast forward with the cliffhanger, okay? They are, here go Brian talking, Corey reminded him, like, well, you with this other thing, some of them along the lines, speaking of groupies, you having some problem, whatever. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. He didn't say all that, but I mean, about this issue that you have such a problem with me because, also of your other group, he also knows who you're also known as Jenny, and he's like, you just mad, or you keep bringing it up, or indirect, he's just sick and tired of this whole thing with because I got with Jenny 2 days later and stuff like that, and you are really mad and still mad mad about it. And I just remember he just saying, no, we handle this or something like that. And when Corey, Thomas trying to hold him back, like Corey's like, I'm gonna beat him up and stuff like the confessionals. Nah. Okay, gonna be lump everywhere, as he says. It's gonna be Mr. Lump. And so Brian's even saying it's not gonna hurt that much anyway. Blah blah blah. You're not gonna hurt me. Like I said, it was just like I personally either couldn't understand or haven't pay attention to. So in the end, Thomas, couldn't hold Corey. Corey's able to slip out his grip, and then you see, Jay's trying to hold Corey from me, and you just see a hand like this. You see Brian's face, and then you got to be continued, and that's pretty much how it ended, y'all. It was like I said, most of the episode was filler. Corey's just sick and tired of just like Brian bitching and whining, complaining, or whatever issues also he has with him, and that's just what the buildup was, and that's how it ended, y'all. Alright, y'all, have a pleasant week, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. I know this was a short-ass review, but it's really nothing to. Maybe might be a little more next episode, but these last couple episodes just been draining and draining and draining. Not to say it's nothing wrong, but you could tell it's one of those shows that a lot of stuff begins, the good stuff begins in the first couple episodes, and then it seems to, be that. But yeah, that was the main thing, was Brian and this triangle that continues on and stuff. So we'll see you next week, y'all. All right, y'all take care.